Hi there, my name is Brahmdeep Pajwa, and today I will be talking about management practices. So this is one of my main trails that I was doing in Trailhead, Salesforce. So when we're talking about management, I'm talking about as a role of a manager. So you want to be thinking as the decision maker and the individual that has a responsibility over the employees. So the management focus is on performance evaluation and feedback. And the second focus is communication skills. So we want to understand the methodology of how to give feedback to your employee because it is crucial to becoming a successful manager, and it shows your skill in this area. You want to be able to advise your employees correctly when it comes to them making mistakes, or you also want to give them positive feedback when they're accurately doing the tasks that you let them know. And if you're letting someone know the feedback on the certain task they do, that's how they can improve in the future. Without any feedback, you'll never know if you're over exceeding or under exceeding the expectations of the manager. So the manager has to set the expectations through the feedback. There's a method of also how to give the feedback to your employees. There's a methodology that you have to follow, because there is ins and outs of how to be firm but not rude. And the communication skills. So we're just going to talk about how can you be firm and not rude. And this could be like the type of speech you have, including humor. So the topic isn't always too serious. Your word choice, you don't want to be using too heavy, strong words in a feedback situation, and the way that your facial expression is, if you're looking angry or if you're looking sympathetic or you're looking happy, if it's a good case. So we'll start with feedback. You want to be specific and constructive. You don't want to add extra fluff that will confuse them. You want to be specific. Oh, this situation, this action that you did was or was not what we require our employees to do. So being vague will most likely affect the situation worse than giving no feedback at all. So you do want to be specific, and you don't want to be um putting the blame on them as well. You want to be constructive. Oh, what you can do is in this situation do this better so you can improve, instead of saying, oh, you're not good at this, and pointing that out. Show them how can they improve. Leading in, use the I statement. So I feel, I think, I believe you should do this, or you should do that, or you can do that, or you should not be doing that. It should never be you, because then you're putting the blame again on the employee. And most of the time, when you're making or putting a individual in the situation that they have to defend themselves, they're thinking about the defense before they're thinking about what you're telling them. So you don't want to make their defense go up before you even give them any information. Balance positive and negative feedback. So if you do say a couple of negative things about their performance, you want to highlight a couple of positive things as well. So you keep the euphemism, and you also keep the strive to get better. If you're just putting someone down about what they think or their actions, more specifically, you're just always putting them down and not appreciating certain aspects of their job as well. That usually ends up with people creating a little bit of anger or frustration with just pointing out the negatives and not pointing out any positives at all. And you want to be the timeliness and regularity matters. So if someone does something good one week and you tell them in a couple of weeks later, that's not going to have the same um, emphasis as if someone does a great task and you say, oh, that was a great way to do that situation. I like how you handled the pressure. And I think overall, the whole task you did was great. You want to, same thing goes for negativity, right? So if you have a situation where um, a couple of weeks ago, someone did the task incorrectly, you need to bring that up in a timely fashion so it doesn't let them brood, or and you can instantly change or instantly offer a solution actually in regards to the action that they committed. Exactly. So you want to establish a culture of regular feedback. So nothing is surprising. You don't want, so people aren't thinking, oh, this is a special occasion. And also, people will know that if you're regularly giving feedback, that also means you're regularly watching their performance. So here are the communication skills. So you want a clear expression. You don't want to show anger, frustration. You want a blank expression. Smiling and smirking. You don't want any of that. You want to be clear, professional. You want to have a little bit of compassion as well. Active listening. You don't want to just show them that whatever you say goes and whatever you don't say doesn't go. You want to show them that their opinion matters as well, and you do value their opinion. Nonverbal communication, gestures, eye contact, posture, remain in a strong posture position with your eyes locked with the individual you're talking to. And you don't want to be fidgeting or moving around and kind of portraying that you're not paying attention. You want the individual to feel like you are paying attention. Adaptability. Um, if the or if the individual feels a type of way of what you're explaining, you need to be able to shift to become compassionate in some situations and firmer in other situations. Exactly. Going to assertiveness. So you do need to be assertive in situations where your position is kind of being tested as a manager, because you need to have that mutual respect. Empathy, like we talked about. Cultural awareness, everyone has their own cultures, religions. You should be always understanding and empathetic about that. And confidence. You want to be confident with what you're saying is correct. And you don't want to backtrack or give any false information, because that can ruin your confidence as well. Okay. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.